Boom, baby. We are live, and welcome to day 2 of General's June. Wake up, you fucking beta male maggots. It's time to turn you into a real man. I am here today to introduce one of another generals we have in the Hot Dude Army. You may notice him from a fantastic program we put together called Pandemic Pickup. It is none other than Mr. Myron Gaines from Unplug Fit. Myron, good morning, buddy. How are you?
What's up, dude? How are you?
Doing great, doing great. Just another fantastic day being High Commander of the Hot Dude Army. Very happy to have you as a general leading tons and tons of dudes to the promised lands of money, muscles, and game. So guys, if you guys don't know who Myron is a fitness expert, what I would like to consider a guy who is very, very well versed in understanding female nature and nightclub game. Super athlete, guy's just really just coming up big time in this world. He joined in Body Language Mastery last year, Q1, and in under a year, he upped his game to a whole new level. Started his little, can't even say little. Started his business with online fitness training. Has gotten tons of his clients' results, and now he's helping me lead all of you guys to the promised land. And if you are interested, do not forget, June 25th is the launch of Body Language Mastery, Q2 enrollment. You just want to go to modernlifedating.com/body language. Get on the waiting list.
Enroll, motherfuckers. Don't be
Myron,
cheapskates.
let's talk about it, buddy. How you doing, man? What's going on to you today?
I'm good, dude. How are you? Good morning. Well, it's actually nighttime for you right now, right?
I'm here with the only lady ever allowed in the Hot Dude Army, and we're excited to have you. So let's just jump right into it, man. So I just want to ask you how you weren't a guy really struggling with dating when you came to me, but for you personally, how has Body Language Mastery helped you as a guy who was doing pretty good with women before, but how has it really opened your mind and not only changed your life with women, but overall business, life, masculinity? How has it just affected you?
Yeah, man. So I had to put my monster down to talk about this shit. Guys, like, literally, this isn't even... Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Okay, sorry about that. No, guys, like, honestly, like this, the Body Language Mastery group, it's not even the course itself. It's the guys that you align yourself with and the guys that you get to meet in there. We got cryptocurrency experts. I've bought, I'm not going to say how much BTC, but a decent amount that's got me feeling pretty good. I've learned a bunch of stuff about hypnosis, we got military guys in there, the high-level military guys. We got guys in law enforcement that give presentations on how to protect yourself from domestic abuse. We got guys that are experts in almost any field that you could think of. We got lawyers, we got verified millionaires in there. So like you will get some kind of benefit. And then on top of that, we bring in guys like Rich Cooper, who's a fucking entrepreneur. We bring in guys like Rollo Tomassi. We bring in Donovan Sharp, obviously, who's a close friend of mine. We bring in Troy Francis, a fucking well-versed dating coach. We're bringing in other guys for you guys. We're going to start bringing in Locario. We're bringing other guys in as we grow. So, it's just like, guys, the value is just there. We got people from all walks of life that you can learn from. So for me, the value was just like associating with other guys that are like-minded that are just chasing excellence. It's great.
And if you take a look at the screen right here, we have Scott who says these guys are the fucking real deal. And if you take a look at Scott's body, obviously he looks really good. Scott, why don't you tell him in the chat who is your personal trainer? I'll give you guys a hint. It's not me, and it's not Happy, and he might be over in this little box over here. Myron, you have gotten some serious results with your fitness training, and quite honestly, you were pretty big. Let's be honest, you were kind of fat.
Yeah, I was a fat fuck, dude.
Yeah.
I did an experiment in 2014, at the end of 2014 to 2015, where I gained about 50 pounds. I got up to about 250 pounds. I'm 6'3". So for me, that's fat, dude. I've never really weighed over like 210 pounds. So I got fat as shit. My jeans were ripping. I was fat as fuck. I was living in Texas at the time, South Texas. So in the beginning of 2016, I started dieting in January. And then it took me about 7 months to lose the weight, which I lost it nice and slow and consistently. But from that period where I was a fat fuck, I learned like all the secrets on like how to lose fat sustainably while retaining muscle mass. And before that, I was skinny as shit. So I know what it's like to be super skinny and like be a hard gainer and build the muscle. Then I also got fat as an experiment and lost it. So yeah, that's actually me at my fattest in August of 2015. And then that's me in July of 2019.
How many pounds did you weigh on the left-hand side? How many pounds were you?
I was just about 250 pounds.
Wow. 250 pounds. And then on the right, how tall are you there? Or not tall. How much do you weigh on the right-hand side?
I was right around 205 in that one. 205, 206. So, and that was taken in July of last year, 2019.
Yeah.
And that's from my IG. So yeah, no, dude, it's great, man. Cause like, you know, I know what it's like to be on both sides. So it's always, you know, cause people always ask me, well, you've always been in shape. And I'm like, actually not really. I've been a fat fuck too.
Yeah. That's great, man. So, I mean, it's good to hear that. Let's talk about why you decided to go ahead and like start Unplugged Fitness, start your Instagram and start your coaching business. Like, what was the inspiration behind all this? Like, why did you do it?
So as everybody knows, man, there's a lot of bullshit in the fucking fitness industry, like with waist trainers, detox teas, scam supplements and everything like that. And the reality is you can't make money telling people the truth, which is, yo, you got to sleep, you got to train hard, you got to fucking eat enough calories, enough protein, etc. And if you don't have these fundamental basics, you're not going to get the results. But if you teach people these fundamental basics, you can't really make money. So what does the fitness industry do? They bleed guys for money on some BS, and they don't tell them what is really important. So me, I kind of like apply the red pill to fitness and give guys the truth about what it really takes to get in shape, that you know, you need to put yourself in a fucking calorie deficit. There's no short-term solution to a long-term problem. You want to build muscle, you need to eat a certain amount of calories. You got to get your protein intake to a certain level, and you got to count your macros. You know, it's just, there's no way around it. You got to, and I base all my stuff, if people check out my YouTube channel, it's all based on scientific literature. I back all my claims up with the latest research. I always do my research on it. So I'm always looking at the best and most optimal way to train. Drug-free, of course, I personally don't use any type of performance enhancing drugs, but I don't knock guys that do. I just don't. But yeah, man, that's why I started my business, to kind of like get guys off the like the scam bullshit.
Well, real quick, Omar says, I'm trying to send you a super chat and it won't do it. What's up with that? I don't know, but I know if you go here and you just click on that, streamlabs.com/modern life dating channel, send your super chat and donations there. I can read the question and I can get it to Myron Gaines. Also, the super chat should be working. It usually always works. So I don't know what's going on, but just give it a go that way. Or if you need to just type your question in the chat, I'll read it anyways. I'm reading all the chat right now. So let's talk about the typical fitness industry scams.
Sure.
You're doing the right thing in your eyes, and you're calling out garbage where you see it.
Yeah.
What do you see that the fitness industry is pushing that is really not ethical, and it's not something you just disagree with?
Yeah, I would say the biggest thing is telling people that, you know, if you want an extraordinary body, you don't have to put in extraordinary results. I think that's a big lie. Telling people that there's a quick fix for a long-term problem, you know, like, hey, just don't eat carbohydrates, or hey, just do this new fad diet, or hey, do this or do that. And the reality is like, yo, you got to track your calories. You got to put yourself in a deficit. You got to train hard as fuck in the gym. You know, you got to put yourself to a certain level of exertion. You got to do an appropriate amount of volume, because volume is the biggest dictator of hypertrophy. And people don't tell people the rudimentary basics. And then the biggest thing is, it's amazing how there's like almost nothing, like none of the big fitness personalities advocate sleep. When in reality, you look at all the studies, sleep is probably one of the most anabolic things you could do outside of steroids. But no one advertises that because I can't make money telling you to sleep more, like 8 to 10 hours a night. And that's a big thing with all my clients that I push. I'm like, yo, if you're not sleeping 8 to 10 hours a night, you're fucking up royally, you know? And I think that's like a big thing that the fitness industry doesn't advocate because they can't make money on it. They want to sell you waist trainers. They want to sell you Herbalife tea. They want to sell you fucking all this bullshit. You know, they want to tell you all this stuff. And then the other big thing is they got like these fitness models that are clearly on fucking drugs and then they claim natural. You know, like, oh, if you just take this supplement, you're going to look like me. But what you don't know is that this guy is using fucking Tren and TRT or whatever. And I don't knock guys that aren't natural. My thing is just don't claim natural if you're not, which these guys have no problem lying to the youth, you know, like 15-year-olds that are impressionable that want to get physiques and they kind of play to that. So the fitness industry is all about like lying to people, selling them a dream, and then like selling them a product saying you'll get it quick. And then boom, they made their money.
Do you know any fitness guy that claims to be natural, but he's definitely on steroids?
Oh, dude, there's so many, man. There's so many, bro. Like fucking Michael Ahern, he blocked me on Instagram because I tagged him on one of my posts. Michael Tren, bro. Everybody knows he's a fucking fraud, dude. There's a bunch, bro. There's so many, but Michael Ahern is probably the best well-known. Like everybody knows he's on fucking drugs, dude. Like,
good stuff. That's funny, dude. Yeah, you know, like a lot of people were big fans of. I don't know if you know him, but his name was Rich Piana.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, bro, that guy is a walking heart attack.
Yeah.
And
see, I liked Rich Piana because he was honest.
he was honest, but
He
still,
was honest as fuck. So I respected him, man. There's a couple guys that are like that are honest about their gear usage, and I respect them for that, man. Boston,
I loved his YouTube. I loved his YouTube. I loved his YouTube channel.
Yeah.
I loved everything he did, but I
R.I.P.
could not advocate, you know, that lifestyle because the way he was living, it's like just it's not sustainable. It's not sustainable.
Yeah, no, it's not.
And he died in his 40s when he died, right?
Yeah, he was fairly young, man. Like
That's too young to die, bro.
yeah, and as a man, me and you know, like that's when you're at your peak. That's another thing, like a big red pill that a lot of men don't understand is that, guys, I'm fucking 30 and I'm doing the best I've ever been doing compared to my 20s. And it's like, it only gets better from here, guys. So like, you know, your girlfriend that's trying to angle for a fucking marriage or like a long-term relationship or any of this shit, yo, you need to be like her when she was 18 and be reluctant to settle down unless it's truly worth your while because you're on the trajectory up. And I think that's one of the biggest scams.
If you're doing the work.
Yes, you got to do the work. Yeah, you got to do the work.
If you're doing the work.
That's a big caveat. I should have said that. But like, if you are doing the work, which you should, by the time you're 30, you should have your life together. Mm-hmm. Like, I think a big fucking problem that guys have is they think that they're on the same timeline that women are. You know what I mean? Like to reproduce. Right. Like guys, it's like, dude, you're 30, 35, 40. You can fucking wait. You can keep playing the game, whatever. You need to be like a chick when she's 18 and not trying to settle because now you're at your peak.
So Omar, he said, did you get donation? Yes, I did, Omar. Thank you so much. And he says, Miami is the best place in the world to get women. They don't give a shit about your race or height like shallow racist Tennessee chicks.
Miami's tough though, because like I'm big in it. I go out a lot here. I mean, obviously it's fucking quarantine, but when I used to night game here a lot, and I'm gonna when the bars open back up. But Miami's very competitive, guys. Like this is I say this is like one of the hardest places to night game, and I've been to LA, I've night game in New York City, I've been to Philly, Boston, whatever, and Miami is by far like the hardest because the thing is here is that we have the hottest girls. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. I've been at almost every major city in the States. Nowhere comes close to South Florida. Between Fort Lauderdale to Miami, we got the highest concentration of attractive women. But with that comes really rude people. You know what I mean? So it's tougher to game here. But the girls are higher quality from a look standpoint.
So I want to talk about you know, just your lifestyle growing up and stuff about. I wanted to talk about that because we talk about how we're not necessarily the biggest fans of feminism, how they quite honestly are destroying the family unit and
it's a lie.
Having families raised like lying and saying that, you know, a single mother can do just as good as a job as a single father or even a double parent household. You were raised in a very traditional household. I think you came out pretty well. You're very, you know, you're doing well. You're making six figures. You're doing good for yourself. You have a very nice, respectable, high-end job on your private life. And, you know, I would just like to get your comments on the on just your whole um your just thoughts on being raised in a traditional household and what's going wrong with the states today.
Yeah, man. So I was born in the United States, guys. I was born in New York City, and I grew up in Connecticut, New Britain, Connecticut, to be exact, which is right in the center, about 10 miles south of Hartford. And I fortunately, man, I thank God for this now. But I grew up with both my parents. My dad was a traditional masculine male. I grew up in a Muslim household. My mom stayed home and she raised us until we were in our early teens, and then my grandma came over from Sudan and she stayed with us while my mom went to work to help my dad. We didn't grow up rich, but we made, but we had food in the house, and it was a very humble life. I basically learned how to appreciate a dollar. And the thing is that now as an adult, like looking back, I was like, me and my father used to clash. Like I used to fucking yeah, get the 0 calorie one, Loop. But anyway, 0 calorie, baby. But yeah, so like the thing is, like me and my dad used to clash when I was younger. When I was like 15, 14, I used to like me and him used to argue and shit. And looking back, I thank him for it, man, because I always say it, strong dads keep sons out of jail and daughters off stripper poles, man. And I fucking always tell my dad now that I'm 30, thank you for like whooping my ass, for reinforcing my bad behavior with physical ramifications. And this is what turned me into like, a strong male now that like, is able to like understand. Because here's the thing, when your dad doesn't whoop your ass as a kid, who has to discipline you? The state. And then by the time that happens, it's too fucking late. You got an arrest record. You've already been through the system. You know what I mean? So it's like, whatever. Assalamu alaikum, Reza. But yeah, bro. So it's like these guys are like on some, like the thing is that we live in a world now where like, here's the thing with feminism. Feminism used to be about equality, right? And I am all for that. Women want to work. They want to, civil rights, all that. I agree, right? But the problem is that it's kind of demonized men. And now it's like radical feminism. Like it's okay to say men ain't shit. Fuck men, kick the father out the household. Women are incentivized to divorce, and the reality is, you can't raise kids without a father in the house. Like the chances you can, but the chances of your kid being a fuck up are significantly higher. And the stats show it. You look at every violent felon, criminals, dropout, high school dropout rates, etc. Single parent households, and single parent households. Who's a single parent? It's the mom 90% of the time. It's not the father. So not having a dad in the house is huge. Like it basically spikes the chances of your child being a fuck up, like, ridiculously. So, and here's the thing, me growing up in like a Muslim household with both my parents, I used to think, oh, everyone has two parents until. Sorry about that. Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yeah. So like until I became an adult and I started seeing like everybody else doesn't have two parents and everything like that, then that's when I started to like be more appreciative of it. And I realized like, fuck, I'm lucky. So, I always thank my parents for, being traditional. My mom stayed home. She raised. My mom always cooked for my dad. My mom always took care of the house. The house was always clean. And like that like, I don't know what it is, but like that creates a certain air of like less pressure for my father. And it also kept the house nice and tidy. So like, I didn't grow up in like a fucked up environment. And like that's huge on a child, man. Like now looking back as an adult. So like, I can really appreciate what my parents did for me. And like a two-parent household, man, it's like, it's the way to raise children. That's why we have such a fucked up world now, is because of broken households.
Yeah. I just think that, I grew up in a single mother household, and it was chaotic to say the least. From until I was like 16 and I could go out and work. Because like when I was 15, I just made the decision like, hey, like my mom's broke. I'm sick and tired of her telling me like no money. I can't do anything. I was like, I'm going to go get a job. And I was like a C and B student. I really didn't like school. I just went because I had to go. I thought everybody was stupid. I thought like, why do we have to write paragraphs? Like I don't know anybody in real life that's like writing paragraphs and essays for a living. And I just decided like, I had to take things into my own hands. And then I was making money on my own, working at Chick-fil-A, and then I worked at Express, and then I worked at a bunch of different jobs. And
yeah, I worked at McDonald's. That was my first job. Got fired from that shit.
Yeah, I've been fired a couple times. I worked like 25 jobs in my life. I don't know if you know that, but
yeah.
I've worked like I was a classic job hopper because I was just searching the bigger, better deal, because I knew I was like, I don't know, when the good thing I don't necessarily advocate to be raised in a traumatic, very chaotic atmosphere, because that's really not good for children. Like you need to raise a family and a place where they can come home and feel safe. If you don't feel
Yeah.
safe at home,
Stability's
you're
huge, man.
you're creating a felon. They're going to be rioting in the streets like all these psychopaths in America right now.
Yeah, bro. Fucking crazy shit, man.
And the thing is, like, I just don't understand where this psychotic ideology is coming from. That if you just look at the history books, like a mother and a father raising a child has been the norm, and societies were the strongest societies in the world were built upon that. And now we just think we can divert for it. And honestly, if you look at America, like everybody wants to pretend everything's fine and dandy in America. America is not fine and dandy on a cultural level. And I just think that it takes guys like us to stand up and create an atmosphere where we can we can tell men to come into our community, which is the Masculine Empowerment Network attached to Body Language Mastery. And we give these guys the hard, tough advice that they need, because nobody else is doing it. And honestly, every time we do the webinars, it like clockwork. It starts week 1, everybody wants to know how to get the girls. Week 2, everybody wants, like, okay, so how do we get money? And then week 3, it's like, listen, I have deep inner game problems. And then the real shit comes out. And then we really start helping guys. Like a lot of guys, I know you guys, for you guys that did not join Body Language Mastery, and I see some people saying they want to put it off until next year. Don't delay on making yourself better. The best investment you have as a man is in yourself. And there's no government subsidies coming for you. There's no handout coming. Nobody's coming to save you. So the quicker you get yourself sorted out, the faster you're going to excel in life, and you'll be able to make everything better. You'll be able to make more money. You'll be able to make more women come into your life. You'll be able to have more fitness gains, which is going to translate into having a better, healthy mind. And it's an upward spiral if you do the work. But
yeah, you guys can't like make excuses, man. Like here's one thing I've learned about guys, like just from working with John and coaching men. One of the biggest things that guys fuck up on is they don't take fucking action, dude. You want to show me a loser, and I'll show you a guy that doesn't fucking take action. The biggest difference between guys that get results and guys that just sit there from the sidelines and point, oh, you just look good, or you're a Chad, or you're 6 feet tall, whatever, like the fucking crybabies like MGTOW Dictionary and shit. Like they don't take fucking action. They don't show their face on camera. They're scared to face the world. They're scared to face reality. Here's the reality, guys. Yes, women have sex with the top 20% of guys. Yes, you need to take care of yourself. Yes, you got to have your money on point. Yes, you got to get in shape. It's 2020. The girls are more selective. We live in a globalized sexual marketplace where girls are getting DM'd by blue checkmark guys every fucking day. Boom. There's the truth. And I've dated many girls that have banged celebrities and all this shit. You have to be a top tier male now to get girls. You can't read the fucking mystery method and, I'm going to run with a can opener. Let me open up this 7 set and fucking engage all the friends and say some dumb shit. That doesn't work anymore, man. You actually have to be a high value male and be congruent to that all day, every day. You look at Neil Strauss, you look at Mystery, all these guys, they're basically blue pill chumps that learned game. And then when they had the girl long term, what happened? They want to fucking kill themselves. She wants to break up with him and all this shit. You guys have to learn this shit for.
You absolutely have to learn this stuff as a man, because there's no ands, ifs, or buts about it. You have to just there is no shortcut around it. There is no, like, when you guys call me, I tell you guys on the consultations, when you guys all book consultations, I tell you, if you were expecting me to heal you of all your simp nation ways in one consultation, these consultations would be $10,000 a pop, because I would be a super, super rich man if I can heal you in one consultation. I would do it, but it's not that. It's a lifestyle change. It's a change in your mindset. You don't even know the bad thoughts and bad habits you have with women. Little things like following women on social media, liking their photos, commenting on their photos. That's just a no bueno. You like, and it's different levels of game. But it takes time to understand this and understand female psychology and to understand that there are rules to this game that you cannot find in a textbook. You cannot find in a game book. You have to get hands-on coaching with live feedback on a daily basis in order for you to encompass a new mindset that is beneficial to getting women into your life. That's the truth right there.
And here's the other thing for guys. Like the two biggest things that will fuck you up in life, guys, are excuses and procrastination, right? Procrastination is a lube and fucking excuses is the fucking penetration. You put them both together, you fuck yourself. It's that simple. Gotta stop making excuses, and you gotta stop procrastinating. Those are the two biggest ingredients for failure in life, period.
We got a question here from this guy, Hermit Frog. I want to answer. He says, my homie does well in life and is on his path, is 23, been with his girl for about 4 years. She's an 8, 9 plus, and they live together since being together. Any predictions for their future? Myron, you're the guest. Would you like to take a shot?
Okay. 23, and then, okay, for 4 years, and they've lived together since being together. I mean, damn, bro. And they're not married. This is going to be an L. Like, yo, one of the biggest mistakes a guy can do is keep his girl, like basically let his girl know that she's like the only source of sex for him. And when you do that, basically you get rid of one of your most powerful options as a man, which is like to keep your girl in line. I always say this, to keep your girl in line, you have to let her know that you have other women in line. So that's just how you have to roll. And when you move into a girl that you don't intend to like marry, this is a big fucking problem, bro. And
yeah, and the thing is this too, Myron, just unplug the headphones and then click unmute on StreamYard, and it shouldn't mute you like that again. It's a connectivity issue. That's what it is.
Okay,
but yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so like, long story short, when you move in with a girl, you basically let her know, okay, baby, the game's over. You can relax. Competition anxiety is gone. And then she's going to start acting fucking crazy on you. And if you don't believe me, look at any guy that's in a long-term relationship with this girl where he lives with him and when she lives with him. A lot of the time, she's running the relationship. She wears the pants in there. And the other thing, too, is the studies show it, too, from a science. We're not making this shit up. Guys lose their testosterone when they get in long-term relationships, especially when they live with their girl. And when you lose your testosterone, you lose your edge. You lose your ability to fucking be masculine. And then your girl starts slowly fucking killing you. You know, they call it death from 1,000 paper cuts. And then you just become soft. You basically lose them. You basically fail to become the man that she fell in love with in the beginning, and then boom, she fucking leaves you for a Chad, and then you cry and you come looking. How do I get my girlfriend back? And then you find us. So it's like, you know what I'm saying?
You know, it's funny that testosterone study you mentioned. Do you know there's a caveat to that? There's one way to prevent your testosterone from dropping if you're in a monogamous relationship.
And how is that?
You got to stay cheating, my bro.
Hey,
I'm serious. They said if the guy is faithful to the woman, his testosterone levels drop.
Yeah, no, I mean, dude, men weren't made to be monogamous, man. And I always, you know, in Islam, you can have up to 4 wives. And even the girls I date, I tell them like, yo, I got multiple girlfriends. This is how it is. And a lot of the time, I've lost girls for that. They get mad, bro. I lost one girl. I was walking. Okay, so I was walking last night, right? I was walking home, and I saw this really hot girl. I walked right up to her, Ukrainian chick. I started talking to her. She looked at my Instagram. She was like, okay, cool. She gave me her number. She looked at my Instagram. She saw pictures of other girls. She got mad. Started saying, you look like you're a player and all this other shit. I was like, okay. And she was like, well, I don't think I can do that. Like, whatever, fuck it. Just move on, talk to another girl. And I don't care. You're going to lose girls, but at the same time, it's good because other girls will find you attractive because pre-selection is very powerful, you know? So
it sounds like Donovan Sharp's ex, Tatiana. Maybe her. She saw you and like she remembered all the trauma that Donovan gave her.
Yeah, probably.
I want to answer this. Hermit Frog. So you said my homie does well and is on his path. Is 23, has been with his girl for 4 years. She's an 8, 9 plus, and they live together since being together. Any predictions for the future? Well, first of all, he's 23, so his SMV as a man is really not that high because at 23. Even if you become a millionaire, your just mental sharpness with the game is just not like as a man. If you focus on the big 3, make money, make muscles, and learn game from 18 years old and older, right? If you focus on those things, by the time you're 30, you are fucking so so much of a high value outlier men that other men, you'll look at them struggling with women and women treating them like garbage and these things, and you're just gonna be like, wow, dude, like, thank God that is not me. Like, thank God that is just, it's gonna be such a foreign thing to you. And so the thing is this too, with her, I don't know how old she is, but as a woman gets older, her physical attractiveness doesn't get better. Like, men age like wine, women age like milk, okay? Miss MLD is about to be 29 on next Friday, but she is losing her mind. Losing her mind. I started dating her when she was 24, right? And she is going insane. It is fucking hilarious. It's sad, but it's like, and I'm 34, and it's like now I'm like that fucking hot 18-year-old with perky tits. All my collagen is still great. My titties don't sag down like a fried egg on a nail. Like, you know, I'm just looking super hot, and I'm just like, I don't know. I just got this puppy. I got a lot of girls stopping me in the street now, wanting to talk to me. You know, I can afford Gucci. I can afford Versace. I've got a Rolex. I got gold chains. Like,
And I'll say this too, man. A lot of guys,
there's no incentive. I'm like, baby, like, you know, you nagging me is not an incentive for me to settle down. Like, I'm not a woman. Like, I'm a man. You need to seduce me with honey, not vinegar.
and here's the other thing too, that a lot of guys, like, I'm starting to realize more and more as you know, times progress and the world becomes more globalized, especially when it comes to like dating and shit. Like, dudes, men in 2020, I'm telling you guys this, you have no choice but to date a lot of women to figure this shit out. And I'm going to tell you why. The reason why is because, I'm going to say it, most girls are not fit for a long-term relationship. Straight up. Like, they're just not. And the problem is that a lot of girls have like automatic disqualifiers, which, you know, you can go check Donovan's show. He talks about that shit. But a lot of girls have automatic disqualifiers that, like, you probably don't want to get into a long-term relationship with them. And the thing is, if you don't have the experience of dating a lot of girls, you're not going to know how to spot these problems. And worse yet, you're not going to know what you really like and what you don't like. And then a big mistake is guys shack up with girls in their fucking 20s and they get married. And then next thing you know, by, you know, make it work for 5-10 years. And then next thing you know, they're getting fucking divorced, raked over the coals, losing half their money because they didn't go into the marriage fully like aware of what the fuck is going on. And like, let's face it, marriage in the West is a fucking
it's 100% a scam, because with what's going on with the divorce, the divorce courts and everything, it's just not beneficial to you whatsoever. I mean, you're an automatic, like, and the thing is this too, when you get married in America, these girls know they got you by the balls with the divorce contract. They know you have fucking leverage. They know that they have the leverage. A lot of girls are familiar that some states, like, for example, I mean, Myron, you know the law pretty well. In Florida, I believe if you call the police with a domestic violence charge, like, one of the parties has to go to jail, right?
Pretty much, yeah. It's and that's a lot of states in the United States. It's just dangerous, man. Like, like, men have to go out and date multiple women to figure this shit out, so they know what type of women to avoid and what type of women to stay with. Because the thing is that if you shack up with the wrong girl, it can literally ruin your fucking life from a financial perspective, from a legal standpoint. You can, like, lose your kids, all this shit. And, like, so many guys go in fucking blind because, let's face it, most guys don't have the sexual experience and the knowledge to know how to navigate the dating marketplace and to know how to navigate women in general. And they just get taken to the fucking cleaners because most guys are socially inept. They don't have enough experience. And this guy at 23 is setting himself up for a huge fucking L, because I guarantee you he has, like, almost no experience.
Yeah. And, you know, the thing is this too, and this is more of a high level player problem, but me and Myron were talking about this the other day. And when you get to our level, like, the dry spell isn't about, oh, I haven't had sex with a girl in a month, 2 months. The dry spell is like, yo, I haven't fucked a new girl in
Yeah.
like 1 month or 2 months or 3 months.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a fucking loser. I just been fucking the same 3 girls for the last 3 months, dude. I lost my player's card. I'm a loser. Like,
Yeah.
that kind of goes
Yeah.
through your
Yeah.
head. But
Facts.
we're trying to tell you there's levels to this game.
Yeah.
And a lot of you guys who think that you want to get married, you want to get settled down, you want to have that. And listen, some of you guys, honestly, there are guys that sincerely desire that kind of lifestyle. That's fine. But for me, honestly, bro, these days it's pretty bad. After I
You
fucked
know what, dude?
twice,
Most
after I
guys
fucked-
are bullshit about it, bro. Like, let's say if I gave most guys $1 million, they would leave their fucking girlfriend, bro. That's how I know. They say, "Oh, I want a wife" and all this other shit. No, you don't want a wife. You just want a girlfriend because you know that your market value isn't high enough to be able to date multiple women. That's the reality. Because if I give you motherfuckers $1 million, you
Yeah, and that's the thing. So, like I said,
leave the girl.
these days, I'm just saying that me personally, if I were honestly, it's like I said, it's pretty bad. Unless the sex is dynamite. After the second time I sleep with the girl, it's like, I just hit him. When I'm with the girl and we get done having sex, I'm like, so what are you gonna do now? Like, what are you up to? What are your plans for the day? Like.
And John, we talk about this. A lot of girls don't have girl game, right? So like they don't like a lot of girls can get a guy, but they conflate that with, oh, I'm sexually attractive, but then they wonder why they can't retain a guy because they don't cook, they don't clean up after themselves. Like one of my tests is like when I bring a girl over, if she doesn't clean up after herself, I'm like, this is fucking bad. You know what I mean? Or she won't spruce up the house a little bit when I'm like gone or some shit. I'm like, oh yeah, this is bad. And the thing is, a lot of girls don't do that shit because women are taught. And there's another reason why you got to go around a date because a lot of girls have bad fucking habits. That's just how it is. Like they don't clean, they don't fucking they don't like. A lot of girls are taught don't do anything for the express pleasure of your boyfriend or your man. Like you shouldn't serve him. You're a fucking strong, independent. You don't fucking need him. That's fine. That's cool. But if you're gonna adopt that mentality, then you got to adopt the consequences that come with that, which is gonna be you're not gonna be able to retain men. Guys are going to look at you solely for sex. And that's some real talk. That's some shit that Derek Jackson will tell you, Matthew Hussey, all these fucking blue pill dating coaches that tell women to dream and lie to them. Like, oh, no, just be strong and independent. You don't got to serve your guy. No, fuck that. You're not going to be able to retain a high-level guy if you don't do that shit. That's just the reality. You know what I mean? Because most guys don't give a fuck how much money you make, how successful you are, any of that stuff. We just want a girl that's cute, can clean, cook, is feminine. And guys' requests are very simple, man. They haven't changed much during the years, but you know what I mean? But yeah, it's just like, girls will listen to like what these bullshitters say because it's like comforting lies, bro. Comforting lies.
They're the new Oprah. I mean,
yeah.
I know, and I've been telling you about the fruits outside the United States. When you travel abroad, I'm telling you, you're gonna ask for a department change for sure. But in my opinion, American women are the global bottom of the barrel. They are the worst because it's feminism ground zero. They really don't know how to be feminine, and they actually take offense to being feminine. Or they're like, I've seen girls on like Seeking and Tinder and all this stuff that are American. They're like I'm a girly girl, but like I have like a boyish side too. So they are actually ashamed to be a girly girl. Like when you're a hyper masculine guy like me, like you, like Donovan Sharp, like you want a feminine, submissive kind of like it sounds bad to say this, but you want like a weak girl, but because femininity is frail. Femininity needs to be protected. It brings out that like protective nature in us. But American girls, they're just such barking dogs that I'm just repulsed by them.
So you want to hear something funny? Like, because the girls have come to me and said, hey, you know what? You seem like you know what you're doing with the ladies. Can you tell me how I could be more attractive to men? And I tell them, listen, you don't like a guy when he's like all like meek and fucking weak and shit. And he like, when he talks to you, he's like asking you like questions and shit, right? He's asking for your permission. That's unattractive, right? It's like, yeah, it's fucking weird when a guy can't make a decision. I'm like, okay, when you act masculine and you act like a fucking dude, that's exactly how you feel when you see a guy that's acting meek and fucking shy and timid. It's the same exact thing. But the thing is that the reality is that in Western culture, they're like it's basically shunned to like tell women the truth about unflattering realities about things that they do. So like if you tell a woman, hey, you can't cook, you're like kind of looked at, oh, you're a misogynist. Oh, okay. Well, you know what? When we're out on the street and a fucking guy attacks you, you should be able to fight him, right? Because we're equal. You should be able to fight him off. No, you're expecting me for the guy to protect you, right? Okay, then. So if I say I want a fucking sandwich, like, what's the problem with that? You know what I mean? But like the thing is that women are shamed for being feminine, and there's nothing wrong with being feminine. I'm not saying like a girl can't adopt masculine things at times and like go and work and do all these things. But what I am saying within the confines of a relationship, you need a masculine and you need a feminine. You need both for a relationship to work. And a lot of girls are like taught, don't do that shit. And that's why they can't retain men. That's why relationships are in the shitter. That's why divorce rates are high. That's why they say in the next 10 years, more women are going to be single than ever before. That's why, man.
Yeah. I want to answer a question here. Rishi Padarut says, what about women from other countries who are brainwashed by American values and who want to follow these steps? It's very simple. I can simplify it into 3 words, okay? Ejaculate and evacuate. Pump and dump. Fuck and chuck, okay? Catch and release. You want to be Miss Independent, you just want to do everything by yourself, bitch, you're gonna be by yourself. It's period. You're gonna be alone. What these women don't understand is like independent. You want to be an independent woman? Independent means alone, you fucking dummy. Do you not even like think? And I know the answer, no. But that's why I personally, I'm starting to see it, bro. I see it every day, and I love it. I see these girls, 30 years old, strong, independent career woman, behind the scenes, alcoholic, multiple abortions under her fucking belt. Dude, a lot of girls, I don't know if this has happened to you, but a lot of girls that I have slept with, they at one point confessed to me in tears without me even asking. They're like, I just want to let you know, like, I've had an abortion before. And they start crying. And they're like, they're filled with regret. That's when I see all these dummies that are like, it's my body, it's my choice. I'm like, good. Kill that baby. Murder that fucking baby. You go, girl. Kill that baby. Drink that fucking alcohol. Eat those calories. Sure, you want a caramel frappuccino, venti every morning? Fucking slam those 500 calories of sugar, baby. Empowered woman. Go. Because at the end of the day, you can't help these hoes. They're fucking gonna dig their own grave.
Here's the thing.
Let them.
You get shunned for helping women. So like as a guy, you're taught, hey, you got to get a good job. You got to earn money. You got to get in shape or else. And here's the thing, as a man, if you don't strive for excellence, you're immediately punished for it by not getting women, right? Like there's immediate fucking ramifications for your inaction, right? You don't get fucking laid. Boom. But for women, however, like women just have so many options that they don't really see those negative consequences till later in life. And if you're a guy, especially if you're a man, and you say anything that's like, hey, listen, maybe you might want to lose a little weight, right? Oh, body positivity, this bullshit, right? But when no one gives a shit when you tell guys to lose weight, I tell my fucking guy clients all the time, you're fat as fuck, you need to lose weight, bro. But like if you tell a woman that, oh, what are you talking about?
Every week.
Huh?
You tell it to me every week.
Yeah. So the thing is that it's considered like taboo to tell a woman to basically stop adopting bad habits, drinking excessively. Like, let's talk about how so many girls are on Xanax or like on antidepressants. You know what I mean? Like they say 1 in 4 or 1 in 3 girls are on some type of antidepressant. Like that's crazy, and that's a stat. This is statistical fact. So, they're more prone to be on these medications, right? They're way more prone to be on them than men. So what does that tell you? We have a dysfunctional society, man. Like, and this is what happens when the family unit breaks down. This is just this is the negative consequences of it. But people want to sit back and say, oh no, things are fine the way they are. I don't know. All these divorce rates, we have people going crazy, fatherless homes, etc. Men and women work better together than apart. Mm-hmm. We complement each other.
That's what we're here for. Imagine if like the male lion was like, fuck these female lions. And then these female lions like, fuck these fucking male lions. We don't need them. All we do is fucking slave around them. It doesn't work. It's nature. It's fucking nature. And people are trying to deny reality. And let me tell you something. You can deny reality for a short amount of time. But when reality comes, like you want to sit there, you want to fucking wolf down pizza, you want to wolf down Twinkies, you don't want to track your calories, you're fucking 30, 40, 50 pounds overweight. Hey, God bless you. It's your life. You want to do that? Listen, I fucking salute you, pal. But when you get diabetes and they fucking chop off your leg, or you're always walking around and you fucking go walk around the block 2-3 blocks and you're huffing and puffing, girls start not paying attention to you, you look in the mirror and you feel like shit, that's on you, Playboy. And I'll give you a fucking spoiler alert. Nobody's going to give a fuck. Nobody. Your mama might care if she loves you, but that's about it. You're muted.
Yo, can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay, male dating coaches, like they tell their guys, hey, you need to lose weight, you need to make more money, you need to take care of yourself, etc. Female dating coaches, they don't tell their clients anything. They just tell them, just say this text or some other bullshit like that. Like they don't tell them the hard truth that, hey, you probably got to lose weight, or hey, you should probably wear your hair down, or hey, you need to take better care of yourself, etc. Like men, if men don't perform, there's immediate consequences to it. If women don't perform, it's like there's an excuse. It's like, oh, it's okay, you're fine the way you are. And it's like, no, man, that's not the way the world works. Both parties need to perform, both on the male side and on the female side. The females need to perform to retain a man needs to perform to attain a woman. That's just how it is. A woman's value comes from her ability to retain a man, not attain. That's the difference. A lot of girls conflate being able to attain a man with being able to retain a man, which in reality, they fucking can't retain him, which is why, relationships are in the shitter. But hey, whatever. It's good for me, though.
I think a great fucking example of what happened, I always forget his name. The big three in Golden State Warriors, it was Steph Curry. It was the guy with the big nose. He's half black, half white. What's his name?
I know the black guy, the dark. I know the dude that fouls everybody, bro. I know who you're talking about.
No, not him. He's mixed. There's some sports fan throwing his fucking shit at the wall right now.
He's another 3-point shooter. I know who you're talking about though. Light skin guy, right?
Light skin, not Draymond Green. Yeah, Klay Thompson.
There we go.
Klay Thompson.
Yep.
Klay Thompson beat LeBron James in the fucking finals. Legendary moment in our basketball times, right? Klay Thompson, dude, Red Pill Mamba, you're on point, bro. You're the fucking man. Klay Thompson, right? I don't know if he was married or he was dating some bitch, right? YouTuber. That was her claim to fame. She was a YouTuber. He cheated on her, right? Because the man won the NBA championship. It's like, bro, I don't care who you are. You're going to have pussy fucking hurled at you. And she got on the internet. She was like, what a low value, disrespectful man. And I'm like, bro, you don't fucking understand how reality works. And that's a case in point. Women in America, here's the biggest problem with them in relationships. They have so much entitlement that because you know what it is they get everything so easy in life. People at work, they get all these promotions and everything because, people are just like, we got to promote women and women's diversity. They don't look at merit. They just look at the fact that they're women. And they get on this easy path of life throughout the rest of their life. And then what they don't understand is that if you're a high-value man, women are always coming after you, or women are always willing to join the team.
Absolutely.
And they don't understand female game. And a big part of female game, and that a lot of girls don't want to admit, and not a lot of people want to admit, is this. If you got a high-value man and you're a woman, you got to be okay with the possibility of him cheating on you.
Absolutely.
And, and the reality is this. If he cheats on you, but he still stays with you, one of two things. Either he really loves you, or he just doesn't have the balls to dump you. But either way, don't take it personally. That's like if I put a sandwich on the floor and Happy, she eats the sandwich, I'm not gonna be like, Happy, you are a fucking terrible person. You're a fucking low value human. I can't believe you just ate that sandwich on the floor. I thought you were better than this. What do I do? What did I do as an owner to deserve this?
This comes down to women thinking men and women are equal, which we're fucking not. Because the difference, and this is a perfect example of this, men treat sex physical for the most part. Like a guy can have sex, cheat on his wife, and still love his wife pretty much the same. However, that doesn't work for females. Women fall in love through their ears and men fall in love through their fucking eyes. That's why chicks wear makeup and dudes fucking lie. Because the reality is we have different strategies. So for a woman to cheat, she's checked out. She's done. If a girl cheats on you, it's over. That's done. But for a guy, he can 100% sleep with another girl. And all these celebs, these high value guys, these NBA players and shit, they're cheating on their wives all the time, but their wives know that comes with dealing with a high value guy. You got to be willing to share them. And women will share a high value guy. You know what I mean? That's just the reality.
Bro, Charles Barkley, my favorite, bro. Fucking got a DUI on the way home, drunk, coming home from cheating on his wife. And he's just like, listen, I did it. I did it, bitch. You're going to leave me? I'm Charles fucking Barkley. Go ahead. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like girls want high value guys, but they're not willing to deal with it. Some are. A lot of girls aren't willing to deal with the consequences of getting a high value guy, which means that you're going to have to fucking share him. That's just how it is. You know what I mean?
Yep, absolutely. And again, like, the thing is this too, honestly, like, you just started your own internet business. It's not even been a year. You've done very well for yourself. You've made, a considerable amount of financial profits. And
thanks to you, my man.
Well, thanks to you, because you did the work too. And the thing is this too, right? Honestly speaking, I want you to tell me, how hard do you think it is to become a high value male these days?
Yo, man, especially if you live in the United States where everyone's a fat fuck, just keeping it real. Like, I'm in Miami, so Miami's like an anomaly. People here are in shape. People here in general look good. But like, you go to a normal place in the United States, right? Like Miami's like kind of an anomaly. Women are super feminine here. They dress up and shit. But you go to other places, like no one gives a fuck about their appearance, whatever. It's not hard to be a top tier guy in the United States nowadays, man. Like, and here's the thing. Just by learning like game, like what me and John teach, like guys, we got guys in the pandemic pick up stuff, that life-changing stuff, man. We're doing 9-hour webinars with guys, coaching sessions, where we're teaching them like the tricks of the trade, like deep level shit on like, how to attract women, it's a mind state change, man. And once you because the thing is that game, it's not a fucking game. You internalize this shit. It's a mindset. You know what I mean? And you apply it to all endeavors in life. This isn't just about getting chicks, guys. This is about being an attractive male and being an assertive male and being a masculine dominant male in all facets of your life. You take these traits that we teach you and you go and you apply it to the fucking boardroom. You go and apply it at the workplace. You go and apply it with your girl, with your friends, etc. And the thing is that everyone's going to fucking respect you. And to be a top tier male, it's not hard. Most dudes are pussies, to keep it real with you. You know what I mean? Especially in the United States, most guys are fucking they meek. They fucking talk with their shoulders all rounded forward and shit. They have bad posture. Like, it's not hard to be a top tier guy, man. You just have to learn the mindset and like internalize it.
Yeah. And then, I want to go back to the fitness thing.
Sure.
What made you decide, like, why did you choose fitness? You're an excellent guy. You could probably coach people to become fucking pro gamers. You used to be pro gamer level yourself, right?
Yeah, I played Halo 2 at a semi-professional level back in around 2007, 2008, or 2006. And then I played Overwatch at a super high level at the Grandmaster level for anyone that plays that fucking game. McCree, baby.
Good stuff, man. Yeah, I would say that you could have been good at anything, but why did you choose fitness? What made you decide, like, I'm going to go the fitness route? Why that?
So I've been working out, man, since 2008. I was a skinny guy before. I was a fucking nerd. I had trouble with meeting girls. I had low confidence. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't fucking get a girl until I was 18. You know what I mean? And figure this shit out. And then when I went to college, I started to slowly figure out that, like, social status means a lot. And then I started figuring like more and more things out as I got older. And, I learned that, like, just in general, man, like, fitness is like, because I always say fitness is the foundation from which you're going to build your masculinity. If you're in shape, if you can go to the gym and bust your ass and exercise and, squat with fucking 2-3 plates on your fucking back and go down and come back up, you could probably say hello to a girl at the fucking supermarket. You know what I mean? Like, it just teaches you how to be mentally tough. And then you're able to apply that mental toughness into other endeavors of your life and just not be a pussy in general. And I've noticed that most guys that don't exercise, they're fucking soft 9 out of 10 times, and exercising is how you build that foundation. Because at the end of the day, guys want to get girls. I want to get girls. All right. Well, confidence is very important. Where the fuck does that confidence come from? Confidence comes from accomplishments over time, little wins over time, build confidence. And exercise is one of the best ways to develop that. So for me, I just kind of, enjoy getting guys in shape. And then I linked up with you and I saw what you were doing. Obviously, John is fucking, I say he's doing God's work, man, because no one else is out there gives a fuck about these men as much as he does. And he's out here like doing these webinars with you guys and like helping guys on all things, not just fitness, like, or game, but like fucking mindset, helping guys like, literally keeping guys from like, hurting themselves. I'm not going to go into detail, but that's how important this shit is. Because men at the end of the day don't have outlets to seek help. Men are kind of shunned. It's kind of like, frowned upon for a man to like be vulnerable and want help. And like, finally guys can come into this space and say, listen, man, this is my problem. And they can come into a group of guys that give a fuck about them and give them real world advice. Because if you look at the internet, there's a bunch of fucking bullshit out there. Blue pill advice, oh, it's okay. No, it's not fucking okay. You got to make changes and guys will hold you accountable in that group. So it's very important. So I apply that with fitness.
Good stuff. Let's talk about these black pill losers.
Let's do it. Fucking dorks.
So listen, this guy, he called himself Coach Black Pill. I like to call him Coach Incel.
Yeah, dude.
Coach Incel said that he has a genetic problem that he worked out for a year and a half consistently, and he is a certified nutritionist, blah, 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 but he didn't track his macros for the entire year and a half. And when he didn't track these macros, he also said he must have some genetic problem that did not allow him to gain muscle, because he didn't gain muscle in that year and a half. But he didn't track the amount of protein he ate. He didn't track the amount of calories he consumed. What do you say to that?
Yo, if you're not tracking if you're serious about, people always think, oh, I can get extraordinary results with, unextraordinary effort. You have to put extraordinary effort to get extraordinary results. And if you want to build a top tier physique, you got to track your calories. Like any guy, like if you don't track your calories, that's the equivalent of like trying to drive somewhere you never been before without a GPS. That guy's a dumb fuck and he doesn't know anything about training and nutrition. Anyone that has a top tier physique tracks their macros to some level, understands how many calories they're taking in every day. So he's a fucking dork. All those guys are dorks. They're all a bunch of fucking misogynist woman haters that complain that girls don't like me because it's all about looks and status and money. And it's like, bro, stop fucking crying, man. Like you either can, play the game and get better. And as a byproduct of getting better, you get the women, or you can keep crying on the internet and do 8-hour streams about not getting girls and like complain, whining about the girls. Women have been the same since centuries. They've liked high value guys for fucking ever. This isn't news. Become better or get the fuck out the way. Like these dudes are dorks. Like
it's so funny because they say that, looks are the only thing that matter. But if you go to Asia, just be white and then the girls will like you.
Yeah.
And it's just like, do you know how many? No, do you know personally that I know guys in Asia here that are straight up incels in Japan for like year on end, multiple years. White guys, good looking guys.
Because universal attraction triggers are universal. Attraction triggers in general are universal. So these guys crying about like women and all this other shit. No, you just don't want to do the work. You don't want to become more attractive. And they complain, oh, well, I read the mystery method and it didn't work. Motherfucker, that shit was from 20 years ago. You can't run around running can openers and fucking jealous girlfriend lines and shit like that. Like that shit don't work no more, bro. Girls have the internet too. Like what the fuck are you talking about? Like these guys are clowns, man. Yeah. They just want to make excuses and blame women for their faults. It's not the female's fault, dude. Women have not changed for centuries. You have to be high value. You got to be worth the shit. Like girls, pick the top level guys. If you're not a top level guy, guess what? You get screened out. You are genetically not fit to be to have your genetics passed on further through another generation because you're a fucking loser.
And it's just, and at the end of the day, like women despise crybaby men.
Yes.
One of the biggest relationship killers you can do in your life is when they're like, you have to be open with your partner and express your weaknesses and let her know that, oh my God, I am such a fucking pussy. Bro, that will dry those panties up with the quickness.
Yeah, dude. Yo, pro tip to anybody in here. Don't let your girl ever see you cry or be vulnerable, man. That's a bunch of fucking bullshit. Oh, no, it's okay. You can be vulnerable around me. No, don't do it. Like, don't do it.
Yep. Bro, I never.
That's
bro,
a lie, dude. That's one of the biggest lies.
I'd never tell Miss MLD anything. Like, bro, nothing.
Yeah.
Never, ever,
if
ever.
I have a personal problem, I'm gonna call my guy friend and tell him about it. I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna call somebody that I could trust, and I'll fucking like, because John, I've come to you with issues like, yo, what the fuck should I do here? I will never fucking tell. Because here's the thing that makes you attractive as a man, guys, is being the rock for the woman. Because women are changed day by day. They're emotional creatures. They get their periods. They change. Their feelings fluctuate by the fucking day. So you as a man, you need to be consistently stoic, masculine, and strong. And a big part of masculinity is being consistent day to day. So when she does have these emotional outbursts, you need to be, that's what controlling frame really is about fucking being straight and narrow. And when she comes to you with her problems, you can sit there, and if she's earned that right, obviously, you know, you better be seeing her romantically to be listening to her problems. But if she's earned that right, then she can tell you these things, and you be that rock for her. But when you turn it around, be like, oh baby, oh fucking cry and all that shit, she loses attraction for you immediately. And the thing is, like, attraction isn't a choice. She's gonna lose that attraction because you're showing feminine traits, man, and that's inherently unattractive to them. Can't do it.
Chris Randall says, joined John's body language mastery last year. Did pandemic pickup too. Have banged 43 girls in the last 12 months. I'm 47, and most of the girls have been under 25. Under 25. Sign up now. Thank you so much, Chris.
Thanks,
and guys,
Chris.
real quick, if you are interested in getting coaching from a guy like Myron Gaines, don't forget that June 25th enrollment period starts. I want you to go to modernlifedating.com/body language. Scroll down. Click on this blue hyperlink right here. And you go ahead and click on down to this little box right here. Type in your best address and then hit that subscribe button. And you will be automatically on the waiting list to receive enrollment updates through June 25th to June 29th. After quarter two, the price will go up. It is only $697. You get 9 weeks of coaching in the webinars with me, Myron Gaines, and all of the other generals in the Hot Dude Army that we will be featuring right here on Generals June, where I live stream every single day in the month of June. I will be here as your high commander of the Hot Dude Army, serving you, answering your questions, answering your problems that you have with money, muscles, game. We are not here to sell you the magic pill that's going to fix you. We are here to sell you solutions and changing your mind, changing your lifestyle. You have to want to do the work. And if you're a guy that's ready to do the work, come on down, because the Hot Dude Army is always accepting men. Get on that waiting list right now. You're not going to want to miss out on that.
And we got OGs in there. Like, I know you interviewed Red Pill Thor. Shout out to him. Like, we got guys like him and another guy in there named Wraith that, like, are very well versed in the trades. So for, like, you guys that are, like, trying to figure out, like, we got a lot of young guys in there, like, in the 20s that, like, dude, I don't know what to fucking do. I don't want to go to college. Like, I don't want to pick up all this debt. I don't really know what to do. Like, these guys can guide you and tell you how to make 6-figure income, like, without a college degree, going into trades, you know, pretty much a forgotten pastime with, like, you know, this crazy world we live in where everyone thinks, like, I go to college to make a lot of money. No, you fucking don't. You know what I mean? So we got guys in there that can, you know, tutor you on that. We got lawyers in there. We got guys like me that are fitness, and, like, you know, we teach you. Also, me and John obviously just finished releasing a course that, like, teaches guys how to get in shape and maximize their online dating. So we're really good at that too. Like, we've pretty much figured out the system for that. That's like a joke now. We got a bunch of guys in there making huge progress. So guys, honestly, it's like, it's a no-brainer, man. I mean, I paid to get it myself. Like, guys, no lies here. Like, it's worth it. It's 100% worth it.
Yep. And so that's what we got coming on down here on June 25th. So if you're interested in Myron, go on down and follow him on Instagram. His name is there at UnplugFit. You can see a really good, informative Instagram with scientific evidence based upon his fitness opinions. There is no magic cure. There is just hard work, determination, and what this guy says right here says Red Pill sells you the perfect blueprints and the materials. You decide what you build out of it. That is an awesome quote and something perfect to end on. Guys, we're going to be here live tomorrow with the Tokyo Crypto Show with another general in the Hot Dude Army, Mr. Charlie from CultivateCrypto.com, who's been blowing up on the crypto scene. And lo and behold, watch, you guys are going to see Bitcoin's going to be doing some big things. We've been talking about it since last year. If you're not getting into cryptocurrency right now,
you're fucking up.
As a man, you are. If you understand the concept of fiat currency and you understand what Bitcoin stands for and its deflationary value, you are fucking up. You have to get well versed in cryptocurrency. It's part of the future. It's here to stay. It's not going away.
100%.
And until then, we'll see you tomorrow. Peace
Later,
out,
guys.